Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we have been talking about the do's, the don'ts of the financial markets, how to make smart investing decisions, whether you're looking for income strategies out of the market or long term, not buy and hold, but longer term strategies within these great markets. We had great stock moves this week. We had some big drops with the S&P 500. We have tensions in Russia and Ukraine. And just opportunities are every single day. Now is the time to learn those skills and techniques to capitalize or have the opportunity to do so in all of your accounts. If you happen to miss 2 tickets for the investing class that we do right here in Bloomington at Online Trading Academy, call 888-682-6466 for 2 tickets or text the word invest to the number 484848. When you get set up for this investing class, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit that actually includes some free stock picks. So, Al, as we talked about in the last couple segments here, 401ks, protecting them, and our listeners are probably wondering, well, how the heck do I do that? I got a company sponsored, or I have an advisor or a money manager just taking care of it, basically just holding their accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, self-directing is what we're seeing a lot of people come to the academy for, is to learn how to self-direct, which is learning how to manage your own account. So, how do you help people get started, for one, but also learn the skills and techniques to be able to get into these different accounts, even if they've never done it before? Because this isn't rocket science. You just haven't been taught how to do that yet.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are reluctant to set up an account that they manage. But the truth is that you're already doing that. If you have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, really, who's managing that plan? You are. Who's making the choices as to where your money is invested? Who's making choices if you want to change where your money is invested? It's you, but you're paying these sponsors a fee to do that. In a down market in your 401k, remember this, that typically it's a mutual fund or an exchange-traded fund. 401k plan sponsors, mutual fund managers, they cannot really do anything in a down market to give you the opportunity to benefit financially. There's really nothing that they can do to protect you other than to tell you that you're diversified. But being diversified amongst a bunch of mutual funds or exchange-traded funds or stocks really is just diversifying you within the same asset. And one of the things that we talk about in these classes is proper diversification, which would have helped most of you if you had used a proper diversification model during this year, 2020, and during what happened during the Ukraine invasion. You wouldn't have had as much of a hit to your portfolio as you did take. We talk about that in these classes, how to get better performance out of your 401k, but then self-directing, where you're setting up an IRA, whether it's a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA or just an investment account. You're managing your assets in your 401k. Why not do it in an account where you have better choices and you're not paying any fees? The fees that you're paying in your 401k over the course of your working years, if you start when you're, say, in your 20s, could cost you 50 to 75% of what you could have when you retire. Think about that. Think about your portfolio, your retirement portfolio now, if you're 65 or 70, and what if you could have boosted that by, maybe doubled it or more over the course of your working years? And it's typically the fees that are being taken out that are no longer in there compounding for you that really is that hit. But a self-directed IRA, that's where you can have choices. You can trade. If you want to trade mutual funds, you can, but you also have the opportunity to trade, invest in options in the futures market and the foreign exchange market. You have opportunities not only in an up market, but a down market and a sideways market, and you have a great asset you can use as protection for your portfolio. It's like having an insurance policy for your portfolio. I think we say that every week. And that's something that hopefully you took advantage of. You came into one of these classes, you learned about that, and your portfolios were protected. But if not, it's not too late. I mean, we're going to have all sorts of opportunities out here for you to take advantage of. As I mentioned before, the only direction you can't trade is backwards. So, come on and learn how to take advantage of what you can do going forward.
As Al was talking about with being properly diversified and he was mentioning not, different mutual funds and different ETFs. It's different assets. When stock market's going down, there's certain commodities that are going up. I mean, you look at gold and oil this past week,
Absolutely, right.
huge opportunities there. So, as far as like the Canadian dollar and oil, that's very correlated. So it's just being in different assets, not different stocks, because that's how you properly diversify. If you need help with being properly diversified, Al actually teaches investing classes and covers different techniques and concepts to do that. Have the opportunity to diversify. These classes are free. They're about 2 hours. We're right here in Bloomington, local. Actually, been here since 2010, and so over 10 years
Hmm.
now. So I mean, we've been here a while, and we have people that coming in, just regular people that want to learn how to get in the markets, but do that with confidence and protect what they have. So these classes, they're free. You can call 888-682-6466, and that's for 2 tickets for this investing class. Or you can also text the word invest to the number 484848. Just a reminder, when you get set up for this free investing class, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit that actually includes some free stock picks. So you were talking about, protecting what you have and everything. And a lot of people say, well, in these down markets, I don't want to panic or anything because over time the market goes up. Well, it is designed to do that. But
Correct.
that one word people said is time.
Hmm.
That is one thing that you cannot get back, because the more time it takes for it to go up, those returns just keep getting lower and lower and lower on an annual basis because of that time. And also, fees amplify losses in down markets. So I want you to continue to
Yep.
talk a little bit more about that. When markets are going down, investors are losing to the market, but they're also still paying a crazy high fee. When you diversify, I mean, I should say self-direct, you can't eliminate fees, but if you can minimize them just a little bit, that could be a huge difference from somebody having the opportunity to retire when they want to and retire when they're told to.
Yeah, well, what you do eliminate are the fees that you're paying somebody to supposedly manage your account, even when it's going down. So those fees that are paid to somebody to basically they're just giving you the right to make choices, but they're getting paid on a regular basis. In a self-directed IRA, the only cost really is any kind of transaction cost there might be for that particular asset. Right now, most of the firms out there will do commission-free stock trades, trading options and futures and forex. There is almost negligible. So the things have really changed from back in the years. I hate to say, keep going back to when I was a broker, but it would cost several $100s to do a trade. Even a small amount of something would cost several $100s. That's not the case anymore. So the costs are really minimal, almost non-existent. But the important thing is that you have opportunities, you have choices, and it's not like you have to have a master's degree or a PhD in something to do this. All you need to do is have the discipline to follow something that has been proven to work. It's a step-by-step process. You talked a little bit about emotions and people panicking during certain conditions. That if that's the case for you, then you're probably not going to do very well as an investor. How do you control emotions? Because as human beings, we have emotions that we're born with that really are our worst enemy as far as traders and investors. You control those emotions by having a plan that makes you follow a set of rules, a step-by-step process that you don't deviate from. And the great thing with the strategy that we have put together is it's the same number of steps, the same rules that you follow no matter what you're trading or investing, whether it's stock or options or futures or forex, whether you're a short-term trader or long-term investor. Let's keep it simple and just really concentrate on what is factually important and what has been proven to be a consistent uh, potential for success.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Having a step by step, rules based strategy. And the great thing for our listeners is our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, already has that created.
Great.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel or even invent the wheel. All you have to do is basically take action, get into one of these free investing classes, see what it's all about. Because if you don't see, you'll never know. And you don't want to be one of those people that always say, I wish I would have. I could have done something different, but I didn't. That's one of the things you talk to anybody that's, a little bit up there in age, they don't ever say, "Oh, I'm glad I did this." They would say, "I wish I would have done something
Sure.
here
Right.
differently." And that's where it's all about, not being in that camp, having the opportunity to do the things that you want, but you have to do things a little bit different. And the great thing about the markets, they're not new. They're just a little bit different. Just think about anything you've learned in your life. You probably had to get started. These investing classes are free right here in Bloomington. I'm going to give away 20 tickets for callers 1 through 10. Call right now for 2 tickets plus a professional, actually a quick start kit that includes some free stock picks. 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466. Or text the word invest to the number 484848. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some individual stocks, ETFs, oil, gold, silver, and PayPal. That one we talked about a few weeks ago. It's coming right to where I think we want it to go. Coming up next, I'll text the word invest to the number 484848. We'll be right back.